We're seeing trade affect markets right now, right here, with aluminum. What's going on with aluminum?
Well, it's kind of a funny story here because the president tweeted on April 4th that his aluminum and steel sanctions had been a great success because aluminum prices were down. But then aluminum prices went way up because alumina, one of the side products of it, was getting harder and harder to get, and prices were rising, so prices across the board started going up around the world. Now the U.S. is saying that if one of the oligarchs who is close to Vladimir Putin, Oleg Deripaska, sells his stake in Rusal, the big Russian producer, then they would maybe lift the aluminum sanctions on Russia, which is causing prices to drop. But it isn't really related to anything. It's all sort of mixed up muddle here.
Well, but the fact that it isn't related to anything doesn't affect people if they're trying to buy aluminum and the prices are going way up and the prices are going way down. I mean, is what we're seeing here just noise, or is it actually a specific instance of what the IMF is concerned about? Do you have so much uncertainty about global trade at this point?
Well, that is it. If you extend the IMF's thinking out, they're concerned that this goes beyond just aluminum and steel, which we have in place now. You get into the China sanctions, you get into reactions from that, and plus the global supply chains that are all involved in producing things in China that then come to the United States will be affected. So there is the potential for a lot of problems if the U.S. continues down this path. Now, over the weekend, we heard Steve Mnuchin express some optimism about negotiations with China, but we don't know of any negotiations with China. He said he might go, he might not go to China. It's all up in the air right now.
And Mike, are we seeing all this uncertainty show up at all in productivity, in industrial production, in really what companies are doing, as they're not sure about what the rules are?
We are seeing it in a business investment. They're not adding a lot to their capital stock, which is what the administration predicted with the tax bill, because of the uncertainty. And you talk to a lot of different Fed bank presidents, for example, who are always talking to the CEOs in their district, and they, to a man and woman, are telling me that they are hearing from CEOs that they need to hold off because they don't know what the trade results are going to be. Maybe they'll invest later on, maybe they won't, but right now it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense.